Hello, everyone. This is week 3 of my weight loss journey. I'm Captain Hawk Cannon, where you are in control of your own vessel. I'm here to remind you that. So, today I'm at my third week of my weight loss journey, and today I weighed in at 213 pounds and 16 ounces, or 96 kilograms. 96.8 kilograms is how you say it. So from last week, that's a total net weight loss of 3 pounds. Between this week and last week. Here's a picture. Overall, I think that is a healthy weight. Because at first, when you start a weight loss journey, some people, like me, I'll lose a ton of weight in the beginning, and then I will, kind of scale down somewhat. So it'll kind of taper off to something like 3 to 2 pounds a week. So, yeah. So I had a challenge to drink 13 cups of water each day, and honestly, for the most part, I completed the challenge, but not for Monday and Saturday. On Monday, I drank 7 cups of water, and on Saturday, I drank 8 cups of water. The thing about this challenge was usually just getting the habit of drinking water, and I feel like that takes, a lot of time to do because I'm an avid coffee drinker. So when I drink water, I have to remind myself, 13 cups a day. I think 8 cups is still okay, but 13 cups was what I was aiming for. But I will say this, when I would drink like that, my mind felt more clear. It was more just open. It was really weird. I felt like my brain felt more refreshed. That was probably the best positive to drinking, you know, all those cups of water. So I think that was very beneficial to me. And I found myself drinking less coffee and chewing less gum, although I still chewed a lot of gum this week. I found myself chewing less. So my diet was pretty much the same. I mainly ate broccoli as my vegetable, broccoli, cauliflower, because those are the vegetables that I actually like. So when you start a weight loss journey, I'm not a dietitian, but start with healthy foods that you enjoy. I've always loved broccoli, so I ate a lot of broccoli this week. I ate a lot of cauliflower, and I ate tomatoes too. So I don't have any pictures, but one thing that I cooked was it was kind of like a stir fry. It was like I could use steak, broccoli, onions, tomatoes with 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and I basically made like a really tasty kind of stir fry. Added soy sauce, and it was pretty good. It was really low in oil. It wasn't greasy like some other stir fries you've probably had, but it was pretty good. Next time I make it, I'm going to show a picture or a how to video, and yeah. And I did eat bad this week, which was once, but the way I did it was very sustainable for someone who is trying to lose weight. So, I woke up and, my fiance bought some fast food. And it was just kind of like fried chicken, fried shrimp, and some fried mushrooms. So I had 2 fried wings. I think I had 4 fried mushrooms and 1 fried piece of shrimp. Did it taste good? No, it didn't. It was not that good. It was just bland, and it just tasted like regular fried food. So I could have went without it, but yeah, I just think having a healthy relationship with bad foods, like the ability to go off just a little bit and eat those bad foods, is good because it can, if you have that willpower, and if you're able to cheat like that, then I think it's actually good and beneficial to you. I had to get a cup of coffee. I didn't have my morning coffee today. You know, coffee, that's that's also something that I'm probably going to stick with, coffee and gum. Um, but yeah, so that was as far as my meal plan went for the day. As far as exercise, I didn't exercise as much as I wanted to, but I managed to do go to the gym twice, and I did 40 minutes worth of cardio plus like another 40 minutes worth of resistance training so I can build some muscle while I'm losing weight, because I just don't want to lose like, all my weight and, you know, and not have any muscle. But I did work out at home 6 days a week. There was one day I didn't, which was Monday. I was coming off of work, and I work night shift. So when I do my videos, I don't usually do them until late Monday. Right now, I'm doing it at what time is it? At 1 p.m. on Monday. So, and I haven't really had much sleep, so I'm a little sleepy. But yeah, so I worked out pretty good. It's good to I pretty much did the same from last week. As far as weaknesses go, I chewed gum, a lot of gum, but I didn't track it with the calorie counter. And I think this is kind of like sometimes people think like, oh, I'm not going to track it because the calories are so little, but it adds up. It really does add up, and although I lost 3 pounds in a week, I need to be tracking everything. And that's one thing I didn't track, and I chewed about a pack and like maybe about 2 packs worth of gum. And that's going to be a hard thing to curb because I always chew gum, and I think it's a great way to curb having a sugar craving. And that's kind of that's kind of what I do. So that's something I'm going to try to work on. At least I want to track it. I'm going to track it. Every piece of gum I chew, I'm going to track it because I said it's less than 5 calories. There's 24 pieces in a pack. So you're looking at 125 calories for 1 pack of gum. And although that's not a lot, it can still add up. As far as my strengths this week, my biggest strength is promoting my lifestyle change. I've been doing a lot of research on to healthy eating habits, and I've been watching a lot of successful people on YouTube talking about their weight loss journeys and what they did to lose weight. And although I'm not going to take their tips, it's still good to hear because they actually might have something that you could utilize. So I think, honestly, just watching a bunch of people who have lost weight, it does kind of give you the gist of, what you really need to do to lose weight. And the number one thing, across all the diets, across all of the fad diets, everything, the biggest thing is calories in and calories out. So you kind of just want to make sure your calories in and your calories out are, you got to make sure that the more you're consuming is lower than what's coming out. So you don't want to consume that much so you can have this much more. Because, across all of the diets, that's just what I noticed. Like, they will always talk about calories in, calories out. Track your calories. Numbers, numbers, numbers. And numbers don't lie. This is one of my coffees that I make. It's stevia, a tablespoon of creamer. Then it's just coffee. So there's something that I want to talk about. So generally, just based on my yo-yo diets, I tend to reach a phase where, I realize that I've been losing a lot of weight. And, I am guilty of this, where around the weight I am, I'll usually be like, oh, okay. And this has been going on for 2 years now. I'll be like, oh, I weigh 215, or oh, I weigh 213. The lowest I've been was 212. And that's when I start to kind of just get a little lax. And I'm like, I'm just going to take it a little easy. And that's when I usually bounce back. So I'm not bouncing back anymore. This is a lifestyle change. This is a lifestyle change, and nothing can stop me. And, I just want to let anyone know that if you've had trouble losing weight in the past, you need to stay diligent, focused, and you need to be determined. Yeah, slipping up happens every once in a while. I honestly believe when you slip up once or when you know, eat that chocolate and you go back to your diet, I feel like that builds character, strength in yourself. So, I'm going to give you a story. So, back in June last year, I was working out every day. I was dieting. I wasn't doing keto, but I was just cutting out all fast food. And I lost a significant amount of weight. I weighed around 200 and I think it was 14 pounds. So I basically, I think I went on vacation. I took a trip and I came back. And so, when I take trips, you eat, you don't even think about your numbers. You just eat, eat, eat. Eat all the stuff that they have that's native there. I went to Chicago and, I just did nothing but eat. Their food is delicious. Their deep dish pizza is amazing. So, when I came back, that's when you're supposed to go back on your grind. But I didn't. I just kind of started eating back to an unhealthy diet. And I believe what I was eating before is a diet. And so the way I would eat, I would wake up, I would eat, and then I would snack throughout the day. Then before work, I would drive to a gas station, get a sugary energy drink, I would get a brownie and some chips, or I would get some donuts, and I would snack on my way to work, and generally I wouldn't have any snacks at work when it's like midnight because I work a 12-hour shift. So at midnight I would go and get like something from Burger King, Taco Bell, Popeyes, White Castle, McDonald's, you name it. And basically I would come back and I wouldn't generally get anything to eat before, like, during coming home. But, that's just very unhealthy. That's very unhealthy. So this is kind of the checkpoint in my life or in my weight loss journey where it's like, this is a milestone you have to reach. This is a milestone you have to pass. And even if I don't, pass it next week, I will pass it the following week. I am determined because this is generally where I got really messed up, where I just get really lax and I'm like, oh, my pants are feeling too loose. Well, let me eat just a little bit more because my pants are falling off my bum. So I'm excited that I weigh 213. I'm excited. And, some people say you shouldn't watch the numbers, and that's right. You shouldn't just focus on the numbers. However, I've been focusing on my health and the numbers too. And I think the numbers that when it said 213, I know in my heart, I'm like, I must succeed. I must succeed. I need to break this habit, the bad habit within me, because it's still in me. I have people at my job saying, wow, you're losing a lot of weight. Or there was this older woman who was like, oh, Xavier, I can see your neck. That's my first name. She was like, oh, I can see your neck. And she offered me candy, like a handful of candy. And I basically turned her down. Or I took a Hershey's chocolate, but I didn't eat it. I just put it down before I left work. But, and you have a lot of people saying, oh, you're losing weight, you look thin, you should eat more. And I feel like that's kind of a way to, I don't think they mean it out of, like, the badness of I don't think they mean it out of negativity. I think they just mean it out of, oh, you don't look normal, you need to go back to how you usually look. And not many of my coworkers know I'm on a weight loss diet or on a weight loss journey lifestyle. So this is a great milestone for me that I have made. So I am very proud of myself. So thank you. So I believe in what you say is what you get in life. And I believe in words are power. So, what I'm going to do is for my weekly challenge this week, every morning when I wake up, I'm going to say to myself that I have willpower and that I have control over my diet and my appetite. I'm not saying I'm going to relapse because, generally this is the time when I would relapse in a diet. But this time I am determined. This time I have the strength to move on, to be the regular BMI that I'm supposed to be, to, be a little bit healthier. So, on that note, I am going to leave you guys with this. Stay determined. And if you mess up a little bit, as long as if you just pick your tools up and you continue and you just stay focused and you just stay consistent, that's what really matters. Yeah, you can eat a bowl of Chipotle once, but don't do it every day. Don't do it 3 times a week. Don't make it a habit. And if it is a habit, then find a way to avoid it. Because one interesting tip that I actually use during my weight loss journey so far is really budgeting your money. Like, get a spreadsheet, write down everything you spend. Write down everything you spend, and when you write down everything you spend, you will spend less. You'll be more conscious of what you spend. And I feel like when I used to overeat, I didn't look at my money. I know that's very reckless, but I didn't look at my money. I'm like, fuck it. But now I'm very conscious about my money. And although it's been 3 weeks, I will say this, that I am proud of myself. And this is a great way to wrap up the month and to the start of a new year and a new journey and a new lifestyle. So on that note, I will say this. Remember that you are steering your boat and nobody has control over your life but you. So just stay focused and achieve your goal if you have one. And I inspire everyone to have a goal. So I'll leave you guys with this and have a nice week. See you next week. I might post something later on this week, but have a nice week.